So in number 10 here we have Batman Arkham Asylum. Now this is one of my favorite figures from the Arkham figures that Mcfarlane has made. Mainly because I'm a really big fan of the Batman Arkham Asylum. I know a lot of people like the Batman Arkham City, but the atmosphere for this game I really do enjoy more than the Batman Arkham City. Except for it's an almost perfect game except for the finale with the Titan Joker. But I really love that they nailed this figure, in my opinion. I just don't like the articulation on the shoulders. They're not that articulated as the other figures. And basically the Batman Arkham City is just a reuse of this one. But I really also love the eyes added. Well, I wasn't a big fan of the Batman Arkham City. They didn't have eyes. That kind of bothered me, in my opinion. I also really love the bat symbol. It's like a very skinny, wide bat symbol. And also love the detail on the belt, which they also missed in the Batman Arkham City. So this one gives me an extra point for this figure. And also the big cape they added for this guy. It's not very thin, which is really good. And it just stays on the floor. If you can see it. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but yeah. It actually helps the figure to stand because of the cape. I also love that the details added. It's not like plain black. It has like rust in there. So also in the boots, they also did the same thing. But yeah, it's one of my favorite Batman figures, but not that well compared to the other Batman figures I'm gonna show in this video. Alright, so in number 9 here we have is the Dark Knight Returns. Now, the only thing I don't like about this figure is the head sculpt, but the rest of the figure is fantastic. I really love the detail they put in this figure. Obviously, the twice swivel right here is for the horse, so I'll let that slide. I'm not a big fan of this, but since he has the horse, I'll let it slide. But yeah, this is a very perfect The Dark Knight Returns figure. Well, almost for me, in my opinion. I believe the head sculpt kind of ruined it for me, but I know people keep telling me that it's from the source material. But I just wish they would have done a different head sculpt. But yeah, everything else is really amazing. I also love the cape. I like how it's folded. As you can see, the detail, that looks like the cape is folded. And yeah, even the bat symbol, it's great. It's fantastic. And yeah, I don't really have much problems about this figure, except for the head sculpt. But the head sculpt is also very nice. Love the detail. I just wish they would have done another head sculpt. In number 8 here we have is White Lantern Batman. This is a great looking figure. This is supposed to be part of the build a figure wave for Atrocitus, I believe. And yeah, this is a great looking figure. I really love the cape. I really love the cape in here. I wish they would have done that with Vampire Batman. But I believe that Vampire Batman is supposed to be the one that we have right now, not back then. But yeah, it's a great looking figure. I really love the detail. My only complaint about this figure is the lack of blood in his face. I've seen some YouTubers actually add blood, and it actually improves his figure around his face. But other than that, he looks really great. He has great articulation. The belt, I really wish they would have painted something else, but I don't remember that well the comic, if he actually has painted the utility belt. But yeah, for me it's a really simple figure, but it actually nails the source material. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just really love the cape he has. As you can see, it has a bunch of detail on the cape. Like, it actually has texture to it, like a bunch of, like, it's supposed to be, I don't know if it's supposed to be dirt, because he's supposedly rising from the ground. And yeah, it's just a really great looking figure of Batman. Supposedly like a zombie Batman. We already have a vampire Batman, so why not have a zombie Batman? In number 7 here we have is Ben Affleck's Batman from the Justice League. Now I know that they released another figure of him with the 6-pack, or was it 4-pack? I think it was 6-pack of the Batmans from each movie. Sadly, I still haven't gotten it. I'm planning on getting it in the future. So far my favorite Batman of Ben Affleck is this one. I really don't care if it's the I actually have the platinum, but the one with the glasses down in the bottom is also good. But yeah, it's just I'm a really big fan of Ben Affleck's Batman, although he didn't get that much of screen time. Really wish we could have gotten a solo movie of him, but this figure really nails Ben Affleck's likeness and the head sculpt, especially with the goggles up. It actually really nails it. I'm really sad that they didn't nail it with the Flash movie, which that figure is not my favorite of the Ben Affleck Batman figures. But this one, I just freaking love it. I'm probably gonna end up loving also the one at with the 6-pack of Batman. Cause I know a lot of people were telling me that they also nailed the likeness with that one, and it's probably their favorite Ben Affleck figure. But yeah, the only reason he's very low in the list is because of the lack of paint on this figure. It has all the detail in there, but it just lacks the paint. If I show you guys my custom, well, sort of custom, like I don't know, I didn't paint that well, but right here next compared to this one, obviously I didn't paint it all the way. I just painted it the yellow parts. I actually love that they has like little detail added to it. And even over here in the gauntlets, he has the yellow part. If the camera wants to pick it up, camera focus. Well, you can probably see it. Yeah. I just really wish they would added more color detail to this figure. But overall, like I said, the details are right there. The cape, I think it almost fooled people that thought it was a cloth cape, but it ended up being a plastic cape, which has also texture to it, and the detail also is also there. They absolutely nailed it with the cape on this figure, and yeah, he's a great looking figure. Alright, and number 6 here we have is Batman Rebirth. Now this is like a more slim Batman, which is one of the reasons why I like this Batman. I've heard that people say that the head is a bit small. I kind of don't see it. I think it fits perfectly. I know they're gonna make like 2 versions of this guy. One is with 3-pack. It's like a more lighter gray, and the one with a 2-pack, which has a different head sculpt. Which that one I think his head is a bit bigger. I guess they try to fix it, but for me it ended up being like it's too big for this body. But I don't know if you can notice. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it actually has like detail to it. I don't know if it has like a beard on it. I don't know if they try making it have like a beard in his face. But the head sculpt for me in this figure, it's really great. This Batman was a Justice League figure for me, until they made other Batman figures that ended up liking more than this guy. But he's still one of my favorite Batmans. I really love the detail on his gauntlets he has. I love the yellow belt. Also the yellow symbol around his bat symbol. That I really like that. Also the purple cape. I don't know if people find it weird that he has a purple cape in the back, but over here is black, so it really doesn't bother me. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Batman or Rebirth. Like I said, this was mostly my Justice League figures. So starting with this figure, I don't have any complaints. Well, I do have one complaint about this figure, and it's here. I mean, I know they tried like making like a bat symbol, but I just don't like this. But it's a very minor thing, which doesn't bother me a lot. Also the boots in here, they also have great detail on it. But from here, I don't really have much complaints about the other figures, because those are one of my they're in the top 5. So the top 5 figures were actually really complicated to make. But let's get started with the top 5. In number 5 here we have is Batman White Knight. Now this one just freaking came out of straight up from the comic book. I to be honest, I really didn't know much about the Batman White Knight comic, but when I saw this figure, I freaking fell in love with it. I even ended up I think I bought a few comic books of White Knight. Not really sure. I think I bought the new ones with Batman Beyond. But then I stopped buying them for some reason. I don't really. Oh, I think I cut buying Batman White Knight comics because I want to save more money for DC Multiverse figures. But from all the Batman White Knights they have made, this one is actually absolutely my favorite one. I probably do plan on getting the other ones. I don't know why I didn't get the other ones. Except for the sketch one. That one, I'm not really interested on the sketch figures. But yeah, this figure, like I said, it freaking straight came out from the comic book. So it's a very simple figure, but I freaking love it. The cape is very, very thin. Which I wish they also did this with other Batman figures. But I believe they only did it with this one because of the bike he got. But yeah, I freaking love I really love the cape. I really love from here and from the bat symbol, it's perfect for me. The belt is a bit big, but I really don't mind that. The boots, I really have to go all the way up. That's pretty cool in my opinion. I also like that the boots have like little gauntlets in here, spikes in the bottom. But like I said, from here it looks freaking cool. It looks like he has a freaking quote in here. So yeah, the head sculpt, we absolutely nailed the head sculpt. Like I said, straight out of the comics for me, my opinion. So yeah, so he's on my top 5. Next one here we have Batman Hush, the blue version. This is a solo release also. And yeah, this is another Batman that people go crazy for. They actually were selling this figure for $40, but thank God I actually got one, and I think I also got another one, and that one is in my room, and on a unopened box. That's how much I love this figure. Just a really great figure. This is also one that it's, oh my goodness, bro. In number 2, here we have is Batman Hush. Now this one is also one that people were going crazy for, and I just think this one, the blue version, it's superior to the black one that is coming around this October or November. And yeah, I just really love the combination of the blue with the gray. Also, really big fan of this bat symbol, and he also has his classic yellow belt. The head sculpt, they also absolutely nailed it. This one is much better than the 2-pack. I don't know what they were thinking with the 2-pack. If you're gonna make a Batman, an angry Batman face, I believe their teeth are supposed to be together. That's gonna make the figure look better and not opened. Like if he's taking a freaking, like if he's in the freaking restroom after eating Taco Bell. But yeah, this figure, the head sculpt really fantastic. I really like the I think that is like a black wash around his eyes, or black paint around his eyes, which make the head sculpt look better. This also has a different kind of neck. It's not like most other DC Multiverse necks. This one's actually like combined to his neck. There's other figures that just move their head and not the neck, but this one does, which I'm not complaining. The cape is a bit thin for my likeness, but I think it works for this figure, for this Batman Hush figure. And yeah, just like the Flashpoint, the accessories also elevates this figure, especially with this kryptonite ring, which this is how I like to have my Batman Hush figure. But like I said, I'm not rating on the accessories, I'm just rating the figure. So even if it didn't have the ring, this one still be on my top 2. Now for honorable mentions, I would like to mention this Batman animated figure from the Batman animated series. I prefer this one over the regular release because I really love the blue shading they added to this one. I think they absolutely nailed it with this one. I think it's also a different kind of gray, which I like more. But yeah, I also love the cape it has. I know a lot of people don't like the animated figures, including myself, which is not listed. Which is the reason I didn't list it in the top 10. But I still wanted to mention this figure because obviously it's from the Kevin Conroy Batman animated series. So not my favorite figure, but I still wanted to mention in this top 10 Batman figures, because obviously Kevin Conroy was a absolute great Batman in that Batman show. Like most people, when they read a comic, they hear the voice of Kevin Conroy. But I still enjoy this figure. I love posing it with the background it came with. And like I said, this one is a bit of an upgrade for me because of the blue shading it has and the gray and the cape, the cool looking cape pose they gave this guy. So yeah. And in number 1 here has Batman Nightfall. Now this one should not be a surprise to a lot because this one right now is still hot. It's still people are still going crazy for this guy. I believe it's sold out in most places. I was lucky to find this one at Walmart, but the only reason he was still there is because he was missing one piece of his arms, of extra accessories. But once I posted that, most of you guys were like, still buy it, still worth it, and yeah, it is worth it. Although it missed a piece. Actually, pre-order it once it went up, but sadly, with Amazon, it didn't go through. So I was sad, but luckily I found it at Walmart, and like I said, it was there because he was missing a piece. But this one is just freaking. I really love the symbol. They absolutely nailed the symbol with this one. It reminds me of the Batman 89, but this one is like a. Oh, I just freaking love this. Really love the yellow they added with this guy. Also, it's like a bright yellow. I just freaking love it. The Nightfall one, the other one, the convention exclusive. This one gives it it's like a 10 out of, almost a 10 out of 10. This one is like a 9.9 this is like a 9, and the convention one is like a 9.5 because they added the black that I wanted to add also, but I guess I'm gonna have to buy 2 other figures of this guy, one to customize and one to keep in the wall, because this one is also one that I want to get to put it up in my wall. The cape is also very thin, almost as thin as Batman White Knight. But yeah, like I said, this is a very hot figure right now. People are going crazy over it. And if you see it, I highly recommend getting it. I know a lot of people are getting 3 or 2 figures of this guy. So if you see it, like I said, get it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the Batmans. That's all my top 10 Batmans of I guess this year. No, cut that out. And yeah, that's all the Batmans of my top 10 Batmans. And yeah, that's pretty much my top 10 Batman. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with this list. Tell me if you would have ordered it differently, or if you have other Batman that you like more than the ones I mentioned. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I know I've been out for a while, but that's because I was sick. And once I got better, school got me. So hopefully I'm gonna be back this couple of days making more content. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.